Before we get into the podcast, I wanted to give you first look at the new free training that I'm going to be hosting next week. So you're going to want to click the link in the show notes or in the description, and you are going to get first access to sign up for this free training. I'm going to be teaching you everything that you need to know about energetics, about business, how I went from 25K in debt to multiple six-figure CEO, and how I collapsed time in 2 years to make this happen. I'm telling you, building a successful business starts from 95% mindset and 5% strategy. So this training is going to be this twofold approach of mindset as a six-figure CEO, mindset of creating a life of your dreams, manifestation at its core, and understanding the energetics, and then sprinkled with a little bit of strategy. Because ultimately, you can have, create, do, and be whatever you want, but you do need to find the balance between the two. There are so many programs out there, so many courses, so many trainings that are either too much strategy or too much mindset, and this free training is going to be the perfect balance between the two. The balance between building this amazing mindset of worthiness, this abundance mindset to attract in all of your desires, my proven manifestation techniques, modalities, and methods, sprinkled with that 5% of strategy that will actually get the ball moving and actually get you to turn your ideas, turn your passions, turn everything into action. Too many people are stuck either in the mindset, and they're too stuck in believing that it's just mindset. There's too many programs out there that are saying it's only about mindset. I agree, mindset is the vast majority of building a successful business, but there does come a time where you need that 5% of strategy, and that's what we're going to be teaching in the free training. So make sure you sign up. Click the link below. I'm only hosting this for an exclusive time. It's super rare that I do these free trainings. Last one we had over 1,000 people enrolled. You are going to want to sign up for this. I am telling you, totally free, no strings attached. You'll get a replay. Definitely sign up. Click the link in the show notes or in the description. Now let's get right into the episode. Hello and welcome back to Boom, the podcast with me, your host, Julia Guerrieri. I'm super excited for this episode because I actually didn't script anything. And obviously, as I grow this podcast, I'm learning so much, even though we're only on episode 3. And I'm really looking forward to everything that's to come with it, and honestly learning more about myself and podcasting and all the things along the way. And I always say in my courses, in my coaching, on my social media, you have to start before you're ready. And that's exactly what I'm doing with this podcast. So today is going to be all about navigating my life as a course creator, a coach, an entrepreneur, and a lifestyle influencer. So I think that there's this discrepancy happening on social media where people aren't sure what to call themselves, right? When you look at me, do you think, oh, she's a coach, oh, she's a creator, oh, she's an influencer? You've probably said all of these things before, and I feel like people are getting stuck. What do I call myself? And what I've learned is that I call myself something different every single time. So some days you'll be like, I'm a manifestation coach. And some days I'll be like, I'm a podcaster. Some days I'm a YouTuber, right? So being multi-passionate isn't a downfall. Being multi-passionate is actually your greatest gift. And being a multi-passionate entrepreneur, I've learned a lot along the way. I've learned what it means to really be multi-passionate and what it means to actually navigate all of these things as an internet person. And when I first started my brand, I remember I was posting videos on TikTok as I was working my full-time job. And I was like, but I'm a financial advisor and I'm also a manifestation coach and I'm a TikToker and all these different things. And I learned through this experience that you can be everything. You can be whoever you want. And even this morning, right, it's a super gloomy day here in New York City. And I was just thinking to myself, and I was like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I woke up this morning and I just was not feeling today. And I even did a whole night routine. I had a whole day plan and I was like, I'm just not feeling it. What the heck is going on? So instead of judging myself, I just jumped out of bed and I said to myself, discipline beats motivation every single time. So if there's something that you don't want to do, but you know that it's going to move the needle forward, it's going to make you feel better, you have to learn to differentiate between discipline and motivation. So I jumped out of bed, I set my alarm for 5, I ended up sleeping until 6, and then I looked over at my phone and it was 6:15 and I was like, no way. I was like, I am getting out of bed right now. So I jump out of bed, I do a 5-minute silent meditation, I did a Melissa Wood Health workout flow, and then I took a shower, and at the end of my shower, I did a cold shot. And I just released, like I just expressed myself, and I watched this video and it was like, you can retrain your brain to have different sorts of dopamine hits that are actually healthier for you, like a cold shower. And I was like, yeah, like a cold shower is going to give me that same dopamine hit as scrolling on TikTok, right? But it's going to be different. So what I did was I did that, and then I was like, I'm going to make a coffee. And I've been drinking matcha, but I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling a coffee today. And as I was making my coffee, this little voice in my head just said to me, Julia, you can be whoever you want. You can do whatever you want. You can live the life that you want. You can create anything you want. And I just said to myself out loud, I was like, I love my life. And I'm not kidding you. As I woke up this morning, I was not saying those things in my head. I promise you. But when I had this moment with myself, and it's like, maybe all of those things compounded, right? So I wasn't feeling it during the meditation. I definitely wasn't feeling it during the cold shower, but then it had this ripple effect, and I was able to connect back and realign with my intuition. And this is what I've learned to do throughout my business. And I'm so happy that we're setting the tone for this podcast with that little story from this morning, because being an online entrepreneur has been a bumpy road. And I think that when I first got into it, I really was looking up to a lot of people in the space. And I learned the hard way that it's not what everybody makes it seem. And I think that that has been my driving force and my motivation these past few months to really create more transparency around what it's been like actually building an online business, what entrepreneurship is, what entrepreneurship in your 20s, what entrepreneurship as a female is, and bringing transparency to the topics that a lot of people aren't bringing transparency to. And there's so many things I want to talk about. Like, obviously, a lot of my business is based on the foundation of manifestation. It's based on the foundation of mindset. But then there does come a point in time where you need a little bit of strategy. So just a little background, I started my business. I remember I filed for my LLC in April of 2021. So April of 2021, and all of 2021 was like mindset for me. It was all like knowing my worth as an entrepreneur. It was all switching from being a employee to being an entrepreneur running my own business. It was all about learning social media as a personal brand, because I was doing social media for a while for other people's businesses, but building a social media brand and community around yourself is very different than building it for a business. That whole first year, like I said, it was all mindset. It was all mindset and knowing my worth and self-discovery. And then when it was like I remember nearing the end of 2021 and starting 2022, I was like, I'm ready for strategy. I'm ready to scale. Like, I earned 6 figures in 2021, and I was like, I'm really ready to scale and build this business to the moon. And that was going to come with strategy, because I knew what I was doing was not going to be sustainable long term. And you know, some people might get mad at this, but I'm just going to really lay it out as it is. My whole first year, I hustled. And I don't know if I would be here today if I didn't hustle that whole first year. Do I recommend it? I don't really know. Like, that whole first year, I was undoing a lot of limiting beliefs, but those limiting beliefs also powered me and gave me that power, and that hustle mentality really got me almost to like believe in myself. And I know this is contrary to popular belief, right? Like, everyone's saying like turn off hustle mode, and I totally agree. And that's really how I look at my business now moving forward. But that first year, that's what I did. Like I hustled, like I worked a full-time job. I side hustled at night. The year before I was hustling so much to pay off $25,000 in debt. And it's not that I necessarily recommend that moving forward, but it was like that whole first year, it was about being really gritty and it was about really just discovering myself. And I keep coming back to that. It's like that was the year of self-discovery, because if I just stayed in my mindset and I stayed in this mindset of, I don't know what I want and analysis paralysis and what do I want to sell and what kind of programs I want to do, what kind of content I want to post, I would never be here. I just took messy, inspired action every single day. So if you're listening to this right now and you're like, I don't even know where to start, just get started. That was the best piece of advice I ever got, probably from Gary Vee, one of my favorite people on the internet, is just start before you're ready and take messy action every single day, because what you're doing in the micro is what's going to compound over time in the macro. So I was taking inspired action. By 2022, I was like, I'm ready for something different. And 2021, I was doing a lot of collaborations with brands. Like I was getting paid upwards of like $9,000 to work with brands and to promote products, to promote businesses, like multiple four figures per brand deal. And honestly, that's the stage that I'm at now. I got to this point where I was like, I'm really ready for my own thing. So I started out just wanting to be an influencer. Like I was like, I want to get likes, I want to get views, I want followers, I want all the things that most people want. And after about a year of doing that, maybe even less, I was doing that for about a year. So after about a year of doing that, and a year before that trying to do it but not being very successful, so really 2 years of doing that, I realized that I wanted more. I felt so fulfilled when I got DMs from people saying, your tips changed my life. Your content is what I needed when I was in a really deep and dark place. Like, you changed my life. And if you didn't create your content, if you didn't show up every day, I don't know if I'd be here. And it's like those messages were so powerful and hit so hard for me that was my motivating factor every single day. And I was like, I want to be doing more than just brand deals. I want to be doing more than just posting vlogs. And it's not like there's anything wrong with those things. Like, don't get me wrong. I still do that stuff. I still enjoy it. I still like working with brands, but it's not what I wanted the core of my business to be. I wanted the core of my business to be something that is my own. I wanted the core of my business to be my own business, inspiring people, motivating people, helping people make money, helping people build businesses. And even in my cold shower this morning, I was thinking to myself, and I was like, I think that I'm so passionate about helping female entrepreneurs because of how much entrepreneurship has changed my life. So I naturally feel like I attract in female entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs or people who are entrepreneurs deep down inside, but they're not ready to admit it or they're not ready to come forth with it yet. And I know that because that used to be me. I was always the person that asked any of my friends that I grew up with that whenever we hung out, I wanted to have a lemonade stand. I wanted to make money. I wanted to work. I wanted to do things that were like fun, but I also always wanted like a return on my investment. Like I just remember like my friends would come over and like all I wanted to do was like sell my clothes on Poshmark, like have lemonade stands, like do all these things because I was just like, the possibilities are like limitless. Like we have so much possibility right in front of us every single day. And you know, when like you used to get those things in school and you would have to sell the chocolate bars, like I was always number one. Like I always won those things. I always won the big prizes. Like I just loved selling and I loved entrepreneurship, and like entrepreneurship was like my side hustle. So it's like I thought I had to work this job, I had to work this 9 to 5, and then I could do that for fun. And then once I realized that I was really good at that because I loved it and I loved showing up and I loved selling and I loved connecting with people and I loved everything about entrepreneurship, I decided to go all in on myself and I decided to go all in on my dreams. And like I said, I got to course creation and coaching, and now I want to move into masterminds and mini minds. Like that all came from just taking messy inspired action every single day. So it's like those same skills I used to build an Instagram account for my Poshmark store, I then converted and translated those skills to build my own personal brand because I saw how quickly that personal brand for my Poshmark page was growing. And I said, well, what about if I did this for myself? And then I took all my skills from being a social media manager and I took all those skills and dumped that into my own social media content. And that's when I skyrocketed. That's when I hit 10K on Instagram. That's when I hit 100,000 on TikTok. Like all of these things that I did in my life, it's like I had this big light bulb moment of like, I am an entrepreneur. I'm so much more than a content creator. Like content creation is my side hustle. That's how I think of it. Like doing this podcast, that's my side hustle. TikTok videos, Instagram reels, that's my side hustle. My business is being a coach, is being an inspirational speaker, being a public figure, being somebody like that's going to give TED Talks one day, that I want to write a book. Being this influential person and having an influential brand, it goes hand in hand. So if you're feeling like you want something more out of your life, I want you to look deep within and really be honest with yourself about the things that you love. So I've always loved taking pictures, taking videos, editing videos. I always loved content. But I also always loved inspiring people. And I always had this like big sister vibe where like my friends would come to me and ask me for advice. And literally the other day I was FaceTiming with my boyfriend and he was just like, Julia, like you love helping people. He was like, even if you try not to, like you're always helping and impacting people. Like that's what you love. Like that's your life's purpose. Like he's like, I don't think that you could ever retire. He's like, you just love helping and supporting and impacting people. And I was like, you're so right. Like I would do that for free. Like I do that for free. Like I was just hanging out with somebody last week and she was like, oh my God, I loved our conversation so much. Like I left so inspired, so motivated. And I was like, I just love impacting. I love helping. It's like my human nature. So it's like, look within yourself and stop shying away from it. So I used to have these limiting beliefs of like, I'm not a therapist, or maybe people don't want my advice, or maybe I give too much unsolicited advice. But then on the other hand, there's people like my boyfriend that are like, Julia, you're meant to be here and do this. You're meant to be here and change the world. Like you're meant to make the world a better place. Like if you don't do this, you're doing a disservice to people. So I want you to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what am I here to do? What am I here to create for this world? How am I here to make the world a better place? And that's where you're going to build your business from. I am now in the business of helping people build influential brands, influential businesses, earn and manifest massive success, wealth, financial freedom. This is what I love. Like, I want you to be rich. I want you to be successful. I want you to live an abundant life. And as I'm creating my programs and as I'm moving in this direction of like, this is where I want to be, like, this is what I want to do, this is the kind of content that I want to create. It's all around building a life of freedom and building your own business. Because the truth is, a life of freedom is going to come from building your own business, right? All of the people that you look up to, all of the influencers, all the public figures, all of the authors, right? They're entrepreneurs. They have their own business. They have their own products. Like, that is the forefront of a life of freedom. And this is what I'm realizing, and this is how my brand is evolving. I want to help you build your own business. I want you to live a life where you sleep in on a Tuesday morning and you don't judge yourself, and you get to post pictures dancing around your bedroom and make effortless sales and attract in clients that are so aligned with who you are. And being in the influencer space, you know, the past 2 years now, it's been a lot. Like, there's a lot out there, and I have a lot of influencer and a lot of creator friends that are at this phase of burnout. And they're like, Julia, I am so exhausted with just feeling like my life is dependent on views and likes and comments. And I'm like, you're so much more than that. I was talking with really big YouTube creators yesterday, like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, really big YouTubers. And they were just feeling this burnt out feeling. Like, they were just like, I'm tired of only creating content for what other people want. And then they're feeling like, but I still have to create because I have to make money. I have to live. Like I have to earn a living. I have to pay my rent. I couldn't imagine feeling pressured to create content just to survive and be in survival mode. And my content actually started getting so much better when it wasn't about being in survival mode and it was about creating as a side hustle, because the forefront of my business is coaching and courses and inspiration. And, you know, I've learned so much, and it's like so many people in this space of entrepreneurship and content creator and influencer and trying to do all the things. Like, it's really simple, right? Everybody's on social media. If you're listening to this, you're probably on social media because that's where I promoted it somewhere. So everybody's on social media. So everybody has a personal brand. But if you want to build a business, you want to live a life of freedom, that's going to take more than just creating content. That's going to take you impacting people on some deeper level. That's going to take you providing value to other people. I don't know where the vlogging era is going. And if you love vlogging, that's amazing. Like, that's your kind of value. But for me, that never felt like enough. Like, I wanted my words to impact people. You can write a book. You can create a course. You can do one-on-one coaching. You can do group coaching. Like, there's so many different ways. But what I realized is that we all have a personal brand. So now is the time to start building it because everybody's on social media. Intentionally use your time on social media. So in the beginning of my journey, I felt like everything that I was creating, it was like, I'm spending so much time on social media, but where is this all headed? Like, the numbers in my bank account were not reflecting that. So it's like, I remember I had 10,000 followers and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to quit my job when I get 10,000 followers. And then I was like, but wait, I'm not even selling anything. Like, how am I actually going to earn money? I could rely on brand deals, but that's not what I wanted. I never wanted to be reliant on someone else. Like, being an influencer and working for brands, like, you're still reliant on somebody else. You're still reliant on someone else to pay you. And when you have your own business, like, you're in control. Like, you're the one who's going to control how much money you make because you're the one who's making the sales. And I just realized, I was like, I want something my own. I want to build something for myself, because it's like I was promoting cleaning products and skincare brands and all this stuff. And I was like, but I'm still building other people's businesses. Like, I want to build my own. And it's like almost this fire that was lit right under me that said to me, that was like, Julia, like, use all of this energy to create something for yourself. And that's when my business was born. And now my business is so multifaceted, right? There's so many different aspects. I still do brand partnerships. I still do coaching. I do VIP days. I have courses, online programs. Like, my brand is very robust. There's so many different aspects to it. And that's okay. Like, that is what makes me me, is like this beautiful melting pot of everything that I have in my business. So it's like, people want to plug in at a freebie, maybe like they only want the free content, but then months and months later, they're so drawn to all the content that they're like, I'm ready to work for you. I want a streamlined transformation. I want a process where I can follow A to Z. I want community. So my program that I'm launching so soon, Manifest Your Dream Life version 2.0, I have never been more excited for it, because we're really honing in on community and screen time with me. Those are the two buckets of what you're going to get through Manifest Your Dream Life version 2.0. So what that is a 12-week online group coaching program. So 12 weeks, we're getting on Zoom calls in a group. And what I found is my programs in the past, so Manifest Your Dream Life version 1.0, we have over 30 amazing women in that group. And some of them are going to be joining us for 2.0. So I'm really, really excited for that. But what I've learned through that program is that the best part of that program was our live Q&A calls. So what I'm doing now is I'm turning that program that was entirely do-it-yourself with some Q&A calls when you need support to a full-blown coaching with me. Like, we are going to go from what Manifest Your Dream Life 2.0 is a two-pronged approach. It's mindset and manifestation at the core, and the other part is strategy and support, because that is exactly what got me to where I am today. Is the mindset. Like I said, in 2021, it was all about that mindset and all about believing that I'm worthy and that I can run my own business and building and manifesting and creating an amazing life for myself. And 2022 has been all about strategy and support. I just invested $22,000 into my own mastermind. So if you think I don't believe in support, you're wrong. Like, I really fucking believe in support. Like, support and sisterhood and community. Like, we're going to have a group chat. Like, you're going to be able to talk to me and ask me your questions. And my goal for this program is that by the end of it, you are on track and you have the foundations to start earning 10K months. Because if you let me deep dive into your life, if you just open the doors and you said, Julia, this is my life, I could tell you right now how to earn 10K a month, and I can give you the exact strategy on how to do that. But none of that would matter as long as you're in the mindset and you're energetically aligned to it. So what I realized and what I've learned through these past 2 years since my journey started in 2020, even 2019 a little bit, what I've learned is that you can't have too much of both. You can't have too much strategy without the alignment. So it's like this balancing of the yin and the yang. It's balancing the feminine and the masculine. And that is what got me here, because a lot of the programs that I was joining were super masculine and I was feeling burnt out and unfulfilled and icky and sticky and all the things. And then some other programs were too feminine. It was too much mindset and no strategy, right? So even through the evolution of my programs, I found a way to teach you how to unlearn your past conditioning, how to unlearn your limiting beliefs, how to let go of all of that energetic space that's keeping you stuck and stagnant, and how to move that into action. Because you guys know, right? In my programs, in my content, in everything that I teach about, everything that I coach about, it's all about getting your mind right first, right? Doing the mindset work, doing that deep inner energetic work, and then we move into action. Because you could have the best car in the world, you could have a Ferrari, but if you don't put gas in the car is not going to move. So if you build the best and the strongest mindset in the world, if you don't put anything such as inspired action into that mindset, the fuel, you're never going to move forward. So what this program is it's balancing the masculine and the feminine. It's balancing the mindset with the inspired action, because too many people were coming to me and saying, Julia, I'm not taking any action in my life because I don't know how. But then my limiting beliefs and my self-sabotage and my self-doubt, it all stops me. So then I don't even want to take any action. We're going to fix all that. We're going to heal that through community, through sisterhood, through support. The reason also why I'm changing this program is because through my mastermind, we have a group chat where we talk every single day. We get laser coaching from the coach anytime we want it. And that's exactly what I'm going to be providing through this group. You have a question on the middle of the day on a Wednesday or late at night on a Thursday, you pop it in there and you're going to get a direct answer from me. You're going to get answers from people in the community. You're going to meet people who have similar interests, who have similar mindsets. I remember when I was first starting in my entrepreneurship journey, I had no one to turn to. Like I didn't have the support. I didn't have the sisterhood. I didn't have somebody where I could just go ask them a question whenever I had one. And it's like, this is what I want to provide for you. This is what I want to provide for you is I want you to learn and understand that anything is possible. The chances of you being born is 400 billion to 1. Like, you were put on this earth for a reason. And if you don't believe that, you are going to learn that so quickly when you understand what's keeping you blocked. When you understand that self-sabotage is the only thing that's ever been standing in your way, because anything is possible. You can have, do, and be whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. You can create whatever you want. You can build the business that you want. There is nothing in this world that's going to stop you besides you and your own limited mindset. And I say that with so much love because I was sleeping on my potential way too much in the beginning. I was waiting for the perfect conditions. I was waiting until I felt ready. Newsflash, that never came. I never felt ready. It just got to a point where I was so sick of my own shit that I said, like, you have to just take action now. You have to just get started. You have to get the ball rolling. You have to get moving because the world needs this gift that you have. These are the conversations that I had with myself. The world needed me. Like, if I didn't create content, if I didn't create this business, how many of you would not be where you are today? Like, think about that. Use my experience as your motivation. Understand that every single time you question yourself and you stick with analysis paralysis and you let your subconscious or your ego take over, you're doing a disservice to the people that need you. There are so many people out there that need what you have, right? I've worked with so many people, VAs, real estate agents, network marketing, people who want to build an influential brand, course creators, online coaches. I've worked with so many aspiring entrepreneurs and early entrepreneurs. And what I've taught them is that there was never anything stopping them. It wasn't the algorithm. It wasn't that people didn't believe in them. It wasn't that nobody liked what they were selling. It's that they had a lack of belief in themselves. And we worked through that. We worked through those energetic blocks. We worked through feeling worthy and then moving into strategy and implementation. And that is exactly what Manifest Your Dream Life 2.0 is going to be all about. And I've never been more excited or more aligned to an offering or a program because it all stems back to navigating my life as an online creator, an entrepreneur, a course creator, right? A coach, all of these things. And I found a way that works for me. And we're going to find a way that works for you. And it's like, this is why this program is being run live, especially right now, is because there is no cut and dry template. There is no one size fits all. There is no template or email sequence or strategy or specific one way. Like, your life and your business is you. There's no template for you to start your own business. And I think in the beginning, I just wanted some direction of like, tell me exactly what I need to do. And what I learned and what I've evolved from is that there is no one size fits all when it comes to building your own business. Like, you are the brand, you are the business, you are the niche. So you have to show up every single day with that in mind, that I can be whoever I want, I can create whatever I want, I can do whatever I want. And through Manifest Your Dream Life 2.0, you're getting community, you're getting sisterhood, you're getting support, you're getting coaching with me. Like, you're getting every single thing to set you up for six-figure success. The only way to fail would be to never try, because earning 10K months is so stupidly easy. Like, I could tell you 100 ways you could do that right now. But the reason why you're probably not doing it yet is because you don't have the right support system, you don't have the strategy, and you don't have the mindset, and you're not embodying the mindset of that six-figure CEO. And that is what we are going to be doing through the program. And you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to meet people, you're going to network. And, you know, so many people come to me and they're like, Julia, like, I want to quit my job. I want to earn 10K months. I want to travel the world. Like, it's like I hear these things on repeat in my mind. And these are the foundations of all my programs, is that I want you to live a beautiful and wildly abundant life. I want you to look forward to the next thing that you buy. I want you to wake up in the morning and say, I am living my dream life. And that's all going to stem from building a business that you're passionate about with a long-term vision, heart-centered entrepreneurship, leadership. This is how I've built my brand. This is how I've built my business. And too many people are getting stuck in this cycle of scarcity, thinking that there's some template, there's some hidden secret on the internet. I promise you, you're not missing anything. You just have to realign to who you are. And through our work together, through this group program, through everything that I put out, my hope is that you realign back to who you are. My people that's you listening, don't need fixing. My people need support to amplify the fucking amazing human being that you are. That's what my people need. Those are the people that I'm attracting in. I'm not attracting in people who need fixing. You don't need to be fixed. You are whole. You are the whole damn package. You need to realign back to who you are. You need to recenter. You need to recalibrate. And that's what we're going to be doing, sprinkled with a little bit of strategy, right? You are the whole damn package. That's how I want to leave this podcast. You are the whole damn freaking package. And you don't need to be fixed. You are whole and perfect exactly as you are. But when you combined a really strong and powerful mindset of worthiness, of abundance, come from a place of abundance, plus a little teeny witty bit of strategy, that is a recipe for massive, wildly abundant success. Trust me when I tell you, because my most successful months in business, my best moments in business, whether they were financially or emotionally, all came from this thinking and this knowing of 95% mindset and 5% strategy. I run my business on 95% mindset and 5% strategy. And I've been able to go from 25K in debt to multiple six-figure CEO and have dream clients fall from the sky. And I know, I'm so confident that you can too. I believe in you so much. Like, if you're here and you're listening to this, like, I fucking believe in you. I wouldn't put out programs if I didn't believe in people. I believe in people so much. I have this unwavering belief that anybody can have, do, and be whatever they want. And that is the core of this. So thank you so much for being here. If you're not signed up yet, you're going to want to click the link either in the description or in the show notes for the free training that I'm hosting. You definitely don't want to miss it. It is going to be so juicy, so flavorful, all of the things, totally just free and valuable for you, because we need more entrepreneurs out there. We need more people building their own businesses. We need more people creating a life of freedom for themselves. We need more people to break out of the matrix. So thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so entirely grateful for you. And if you haven't yet, please leave me a review. I really look forward to reading them. They make me so happy. Some of them even made me cry. So thank you guys so much. That would mean a lot to me. And you can find everything mentioned in the description or in the show notes.